Hello, everybody. Um, let's start waiting for you. Tell me what you think about the game. Let me share your frustrations. I know some of you are scared. Don't be scared. I'm gonna tell you why. There's some reasons to be concerned with this team, but let's not let's not start um, playing front office and um, and ask for um, any uh, trades yet. We lost. At certain point, we were losing by 32 points, but at the end, there was a little push. The one thing I liked about the push is that Crumble left the leaders of this team in there long enough to make a run, and that did a lot of good things for the team. You know, I know there is 1 second. I think the cat is. In the kitchen. All right. So let's go. I like to give always positive news on it, and I think there was a few positive that we can go about in this game that I like. I like Melo's composure during the game. He could have been affected by the uh, frustration, and he kind of did at certain point, but he recovered pretty soon. Um, I like how Rondo is getting to organize everybody. He's becoming the leader of this team again, like he did in the championship run. Um, what about Reeves? That kid is showing up and showing off. He is really, really making a case for himself in this team, and I think he deserves more minutes. And I think he may even deserve to start right now. He can shoot the three. I know he had a really bad season shooting threes his last NCAA season, but the season before he nearly shot 50% from 3-point line. So the kid, he's got a really good shot. When he misses, It's almost like it's gonna go in, but you know, it's one of those misses, the type of misses that he's got. Um, and he knows where he's supposed to be. He knows the spots he's supposed to be in the defense. Pretty much like Alex Caruso in that sense. So we lost Alex Caruso, but we got Reeves. Thing is, Caruso already has a little more experience, but Reeves is very intelligent, very a very high IQ player for his for being a rookie, And so definitely, I mean, we've seen that since he's being put on the floor on the summer league, then uh, you know, in the training camp, in the preseason games. So he's proven very consistent. Another thing that is positive in this game is that we are starting to see Ross trying to be more explosive to the basket. And so I know that aside from that, there's a lot of concern. We haven't, with this team, we still yet to see them winning. In preseason, we went 0-6. Then we have lost the first two of the season. Um, and I know a lot of you might be panicking right now. Um, I'm going to tell you where the concern should be in and where it's not going to be in. I think there's also a lesson here. Um, there's a few lessons to learn. But before, let's go to the negatives right now. There's no chemistry. In this game, there was a lot of bad refereeing, and you know it, I know it, but you got to deal with that the best you can. But there was no chemistry. The schemes weren't played well, and they looked lost on the floor. They looked like they didn't know exactly how to run the offense. Even LeBron looked sluggish on that area, though he was looking for points, which is what I think he's going to be doing more. The problem is that he's going to have to play less with the ball than what he's doing. They are going to need to allow Ross to get into that paint and kick it out. Maybe kick it out in a way, in kind of the give and goes that you saw Rondo doing at a certain point in the game. And from the coach perspective, I think you have to understand something. A lot of people are going to blame Vogel for what is going on, for playing with the rotations, but he's got another. This is the third year where Frank Vogel is kind of putting together a game plan for a whole new team. Yeah, AD is there. Yeah, LeBron is there. Yeah, we brought back Rondo. We brought back Dwight Howard, and we brought back um, 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 who else did we bring back from the championship run? Um, wait, let me see. Um, we were back Avery Bradley, right? But Bradley, Rondo, and Dwight weren't last year. So it's kind of like they have to relearn. I know Rondo is going to get it right away because, he's so used to looking and calling so many plays. But aside from that, I mean, that's a whole new team around LeBron and AD again. And the other guy, the guy that you could add that was last year and the year before is Taylor Horton Tucker. But pretty much everybody else is new to this offense. And, you know, and there's a problem, okay? There's a problem with this team, and it's that two of our best defenders are right now not playing, which is Ariza, which is which are Ariza and THT. And one problem that this team is gonna have is that they are gonna have to focus so much on the part that it's the Achilles heel, and is the defense. You see, you can have a running team like the Lakers pretend to have right now, but if you can't produce stops on the defensive end, you won't be able to run the ball much. So that's what you see happening. When they run the ball, things happen. They get fouled, they go to the free throw line, they get other players, in foul troubles. But the problem is that when they at the time of defending, they are, Frank Vogel said it, they are, one step back. And that is something that they have to somehow find a way to work it out in team defense. And the problem is that you can have really good team defenders in this team, which are, THT is a good team defender. It's not like the greatest, but he's being challenged to get even better than what he is right now. Trevor Ariza, who is a great defender, team defender, and also he's so switchable. But aside from them, and Rondo can play defense, Avery Bradley can play defense, but pretty much that's an AD. But and Dwight Howard, but it's not. There's a lot of spots where you can score the ball, and that's what you saw. That's what you saw. Basically, the offense of the Suns were getting into these spots where the mid-range could work well. There was some pretty big holes on the Lakers defense, and having Chris Paul, that it's as much as strategist as Rondo would be, or any other in the team. He knows to get, and he knows how to exploit these holes, and he knows how to pass the ball to players, creating new holes on the defense by poking at it. So he does all that, and that is going to be damaging. It's the same way with Stephen Curry. Steph Curry, basically what he does is he gets into these spots that break down the offense. Then he can kick it out or just shoot it himself, breaking down the defense of the other team. So that's my concern. Now, let's not just jump into, oh my goodness, the Lakers are not going to be a championship team. You have a lot of veterans there that will find ways to figure out how to do their job better. And there's so much firepower on that offense that when they get and they, it's gonna take time. There's, Melo and LeBron are super experienced, but they never played together before. There's a lot of people there that played against each other, but playing together is a whole different thing. They are barely, starting to really play together. So this is not something to be alarmed with unless it's December and we're still in that area. We gotta find ways to win games, and I think that was one of the reasons why Frank Vogel kept the regular players there, and probably told them, you're gonna have to figure out how to win these games, how to stop them, how to do your job, because if not, the trophy's not just gonna come to you like a lot of people were saying. Oh yeah, we got Russ, we got Bazemore, we got this guy and this guy and this other guy, so they should give us the ring now, right? I wish it would be that easy, but it's not. So what the Lakers are gonna have to do is find this other thing that I forgot to say on the negative side. There's no identity for this team yet. And there's no identity, not only they are not going to know how to work with each other while they get their identity, is that they are not going to intimidate any other team, because they can see that. They can see that their identity is not there. They can see it in the way they guard the ball, the way they run the system, that they are still kind of in the I don't know what I'm supposed to do here type of mode. And so don't be surprised if we get a few upsets on the way, but once this team clicks, it's going to be a whole different story. And the other thing is, I don't know why people are so animated that after 2 games they are starting talking about trading Russ. Look, it doesn't work that way once. And the other thing is, if you look at Russ, last year he started pretty bad, and after a month or so, he started keeping it together, and he ended up with a triple-double stat for the whole season. So we gotta stop, tripping with this idea that, we lost the first 2 games, we are not gonna get the championship. That's not how it works, And there are many, every time people talk about Cinderella teams, sometimes it's not that they are a Cinderella team, it's that they are not meshed together yet the way they should be. And once that mesh occurs, teams start looking completely different, and they start just going through a flow that is definitely something that needs to happen with this Lakers team. But believe me, you got MVPs, you got finals expert, you have AD. He's supposed to be a power forward center, but he moves like a guard, and he's got almost 8 feet wingspan, and 6'10", 6'11" body. I don't know what else can I say after that. Like, he is so good, right? But we have that team. We have that team. LeBron, Westbrook, um, um, Anthony Davis. So there is a cast that is more than capable of winning games or finding ways to win games. But the big if is how the defense, how the defensive identity is going to play out. And that's my only concern. I'm not, you know, I'm a Lakers fan. Whether they are, had only, less than 20 victories in a season, or they go all the way to the championship, I'm always a Lakers fan. But being said that, we gotta wait to see how things work out, right, for the Lakers in at least a few months. If everything keeps being all right, then we should, sit down and talk about it here, between friends, right? So, I just want to touch on that. Melo's actions were good. He was cool. He was calm, and he was playing. Rondo, sharp mind, and you could see him. He kind of sparked the fourth quarter run of the Lakers. Um, Reeves, we gotta check out that kid. He can be a really important piece in the either the present or the future. But he's been like thrown into this situation, and he's gonna have to hit the ground running. But also, I love to see Russell aggressive. I love to see him like more in, even when it was more like an angry Russ type of thing. Sometimes you gotta get the angry Russ before you get the like the really get going type of player, in this case Russ. That's all for me. I don't want to take too much of your time, and I'm glad if you watch this live. If not, watch this. Give me your thoughts about that. Comment, and be respectful to each other, love each other, and may God bless you. Go Lakers. Bye bye.